Ever feel like life keeps holding you back, no matter how hard you try? Watch till the end of this story for a powerful lesson that might just shift how you see your circumstances. The carriage wheels hummed over stone, rhythmic and smooth, as Takao sat upright in his seat. Across his lap rested a lacquered bow inlaid with ivory, a gift from the emperor himself, awarded after Takao's legendary shot at the Battle of the Southern Gate. Through the narrow wooden window of the carriage, he glimpsed the white stone walls of the emperor's palace, rising beyond a row of cherry blossom trees in full bloom. He smiled. Today was no ordinary day. He had been summoned to perform a ceremonial shot, a symbolic blessing for the wedding of the emperor's only son. But then suddenly, a crack, a jolt, a scream from the horses. The carriage twisted. Takao was thrown sideways. A thick wooden beam snapped free from the ceiling and crashed down on his drawing hand, trapping it against the edge of a carved panel. Takao looked down. Blood surged from his fingers. The tops of his index, middle, and ring fingers were crushed. He stared for one long silent breath and collapsed into darkness. Takao awoke to the scent of herbs and old wood. His right hand was wrapped in linen. When the old healer entered and saw him awake, she said nothing and sat quietly beside him. "The wedding? Did I miss it?" Takao asked. "You did not. The wedding was postponed. The court diviners," she said softly, "interpreted your injury as a bad omen. Blood on the road to the palace, especially from the ceremonial archer. The emperor's advisors feared beginning a marriage under such a sign would invite misfortune. The ceremony has been postponed for 2 moons. Takao stared at his ruined hand. He hadn't just missed the moment, he had shifted the course of it. But instead of breaking, something inside him steadied. 2 moons, that was time. Time to fight for what he had lost. Time to rebuild what had been taken. After his recovery in the healer's hut, Takao returned home to his wife and children. They welcomed him with gentle smiles and quiet relief. But the shadow of his injury hung heavy on their home. Healers came and went. Artisans and craftsmen tried their best, but no one could restore what was lost. Takao refused to surrender. "If no one can help me," he told his wife one evening, "then I must help myself." He withdrew from distraction and buried himself in ancient texts. Scrolls on siege engines, diagrams of levers, the balance of force and release, he devoured them all. Weeks passed. Eventually, he forged a set of curved iron talons, extensions that hooked over his damaged fingers. When strapped in place, they allowed him to pull a bowstring. Takao stood before his old practice post day after day, adjusting, tightening, rebalancing. His aim was wild at first, but little by little, his shots grew steadier. One morning, a sealed letter arrived, its wax stamped with the crest of the imperial house. Takao's heart raced as he opened it, hoping it was a summons confirming his return. Takao stood frozen, the letter trembling slightly in his hands. It was from his old friend, Masaru, once a fellow archer in the Imperial Guard. He had been invited to take Takao's place for the ceremonial wedding shot. In honor, Masaru wrote that he accepted with hesitation. He placed it down and said nothing. That evening, without saying a word, he left his house and found himself wandering the forest. Only the rhythm of his footsteps and the churn of thoughts that refused to quiet. But then suddenly, he came to a clearing and froze. 2 men stood by the roadside, rough and shouting, pushing an elderly man with a white beard against a tree. One of them had drawn a short blade. Without thinking, Takao grabbed the bow and arrow from his back. The arrow flew fast. It struck one of the thugs in the shoulder. The man screamed, dropped his weapon, and ran. Grateful, the old man insisted Takao walk with him, and as they spoke, he revealed he had already heard about Takao's accident. Takao then shared why he had come to the forest, how his close friend had been chosen to take the ceremonial shot in his place. The elder said, "I know you've been through a lot, but I thank the gods your friend was chosen, for it brought you here to save my life. If I may, can I ask you a question?" Takao nodded. If this experience were to last forever, what quality would you need to give birth to in order to find peace of mind? We often look for motivation for what we're doing by looking outside ourselves in approval, rewards, or signs, things beyond our control. Even if the moment of glory you seek was taken away, would what you're doing still be worth doing? That evening, Takao came home not with clear answers, but with the questions he knew he had to find answers to. Yet, for the first time since the accident, he felt that he was exactly where he needed to be. If you enjoyed this video, you might love this next one too. And don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more inspiring content in the future.